Welcome back to the Why Stop Now podcast. Boy Cam in the building. Got Eyes in the studio. How you doing this week, Eyes?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I mean, all things considered, with there being multiple shootings in my area, which don't really happen. That's been crazy. I had to keep you updated with that. I'm like, dude, like what? But with all that being said, things have been going well. Things have been going well.
So,
Um, it's NBA. Dude, things are getting. It's getting down to Nick grit stuff. So, and we got to mention that Alex Ovechkin is 8 goals away from
oh,
Wayne Gretzky.
insane things, dude.
That's one of the
Insane.
craziest things I think I've seen in a long time. I don't even watch hockey.
I don't either like that, but I
I
do know
know Ovechkin's like that. Okay, I know that's
Wayne
one thing I do know.
Gretzky is like,
His name's used
yeah,
in
he's the
rap songs on the day, like all the time. I'm talking about
he's the type
Ice.
of guy,
Yeah,
and
he's the
won't,
Jordan.
won't
He's
be.
their Jordan.
Yeah, he won't be for long though. We got
But is the goals thing like a, do we know enough about hockey to say that him taking over this record is going to mean that he's now the all time great?
well, I mean, I do know like
I mean,
when
Ovechkin is like that. He
when
is one of the best ever.
hockey in hockey, it's so hard to get multiple goals in a game that when you get a hat trick, which is 3 goals, they literally like throw a celebration in the arena for
Yeah, no,
that.
yeah, no, yeah, no, you're right.
So think about it. If they're doing that for 3 goals in one game, what's gonna happen for the guy that takes over the scoring record?
Oh, they're going to go berserk. It's
Yeah,
going to be like LeBron passing Kareem.
that's what I'm saying.
And
So
speaking of LeBron, man's got
50,000
50,000
points,
points.
insane
That's
stuff.
pretty special stuff right there. I didn't think I'd ever say that in a sentence that somebody's got 50K.
That's a 20 seasons of hard played, hard fought
20
basketball.
plus. 20 plus, man.
Yeah,
This 40 still putting out crazy, crazy numbers
you
for.
see the comparison to his first MVP season to now? They're almost identical. If anything, he's gotten better.
I like that you notice stuff like that. That's good stuff, Cam. Good work.
Like I mean,
Good work. But no, you're right. You're
his
right. You're
shooting
right.
percentages have gotten better. His just overall, like as a player, obviously because he's grown, but to still be putting up almost identical numbers to his first MVP, that's insane work.
Yeah, I mean that's what spending $1 million a year on your body would do. It will help preserve it in a way that going to a place like a Planet Fitness just ain't gonna get it done like that. Like whatever LeBron doing is working.
Oh yeah.
So
On
got
a
that. I mean,
note, Arizona, if you see this, you want to sponsor us? Gladly.
throw in some Arnold Palmers, and then yeah, then I'll be good. So
Yeah, just
yeah,
throw in all the flavors.
dude, Arnold Palmer's is where it's at. That's all I gotta say.
I had
But
the first time in a while today, and I wasn't that happy with it, so I got my green tea again.
oh well. Now Auburn got beat the other night. A&M took them down. That means nothing to me. A&M's a good team, and it's just another hard road test on senior night in the SEC. Johnny Football was there. Um, gosh, who else was there? How can I not? Mike Evans, duh. Another A&M royalty was in the house. So them getting beat, they're still a number one seed. Duke is definitely a number one seed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so that right there, that's been what I've been thinking about this week in sports. And then Peyton Pritchard and Derek White dropping 19
Insane.
threes combined, the most ever by teammates. How, dude? How?
You wouldn't even think it would be that
Who?
duo.
Yeah, I was thinking that's a Stephen Clay record right there.
Yeah,
Stephen Clay probably hold every single teammate
teammate shooting record.
shooting record that there is all time, except for that one. But that one's a pretty steep one right there.
Oh yeah,
19, 10 and 9. Peyton Pritchard comes off the bench.
yeah.
Like, what? Now, a lot of players out for the Celtics that game, so they had to step it up. Still, still takes nothing away from that. So I thought that was wild right there.
Sure.
And
Go ahead.
no, by all means.
Well, I was going to start leading into another topic. We have a guest this week, our first official guest for the Why Stop Now podcast. We had my Uncle Sean on one of our lives during college football season, but this is on an official episode. So go ahead and introduce some eyes.
Hold on, pause it.
Introducing a special guest that we have. Go ahead and introduce our guest, eyes.
Dude, this is my cousin Davis. Davis Hammonds, obviously. Well, it doesn't mean obviously we share the same last name because we're cousins, because, but no, we same last name. He grew up in Concord, just like myself. Graduated from J.M. Robinson High School, and which is in Concord, one of the bigger schools in Concord, one of the better schools of athletics now in Concord. Davis got to witness them win a state championship. He graduated, then he went from there and went to UNCG, University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Graduated from UNCG, and sports wise, Davis has been on point his whole life when it comes down to sports. He's big on North Carolina Tar Heels and Georgia Bulldogs. That's just how it goes in the Hammonds household, and so he's big on that. And he grew up going to the games. He grew up going to a lot of the football games with his grandfather on the other side of the family. They have season tickets to the football, so you go to that, and so he knows a lot about North Carolina Tar Heels. He knows a lot about the Georgia Bulldogs, but he knows a lot about just South in general and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of knowledge whenever it comes to stuff like that. And he went to Wake Forest games too. Um, Heck, he grew up going to the Masters every year. That didn't hurt whenever it comes to being a sports fan. And he sadly is a fan of the Hornets and the Panthers, just like me. But with all that being said, just go ahead and bring him on in here. What's going on, Davis? Welcome to the show, man. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We appreciate you coming on.
Oh yeah.
Had to show you love there with all the North Carolina stuff.
Oh yeah. Die hard.
Yeah, no, you are. You have been ever since I've known you, so I had to make that notable. But speaking of our Tar Heels,
Yeah.
the basketball team, highly questionable this year. Hubert Davis gets a contract extension amidst all that's going on with his poor performance. And so they've got a must-win game against Duke this week.
A tough one, yeah.
How do you feel about the Tar Heels this year so far?
I mean, so far they can't beat like a quad one team as of going on the road, like losing to who was it? Duke. All the quad one games basically.
Yeah, they've lost most of the any game that I've watched, they've lost, except for here recently. They've started getting a little bit of roll, but they haven't beat anybody good.
Yeah.
So that nothing was impressive. Nothing's going to impress the tournament committee.
Yeah.
And Joe Lenardi's got them as the first four out still. So they've got, along with your Bulldogs, our Bulldogs. So, I mean, Georgia had a signature win over Florida here recently. That was nice.
That was big.
That was big for the Dogs. But Duke is, I think, a different level of good.
Yeah,
even though the rivalry and the rivalry, yes, it means something. It can make anybody's game. I just don't know.
I mean, Cuba Flag is just unreal.
Yes, he is unreal. He's good.
It kills us.
He's good. I've been talking
fan, but it is what
yeah,
it is.
you're right. I got to give it to him. He's easily one of these generational players.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cooper Flag, if they've got so many other weapons. They've got the kid with double K's. I can't pronounce his name. I don't even know. I should know because he's an incredible basketball player and an absolute lights out shooter. He's got a great shooting motion. But anyways, we'll move. Well, I will say just keep it on Tar Heels. Belichick. That's they're paying him $10 million a year in
Yeah.
Chapel Hill. I've been always big on North Carolina basketball. I don't know as much North Carolina football as you
Mhm.
because you've grown up going to the games your
Yeah.
whole life. So, how do you feel being a lifelong attendee of North Carolina football games? How do you feel about Bill Belichick being your head coach now?
Well, I shared this with you before. Like when they signed him, I was like, eh, he's like, we needed someone long term, but with him here for a few years will be good. It's Bill Belichick. He's the biggest name in the NFL with 7 championships with the Patriots, with Tom Brady, and beat this. When I heard that, I was like, this is big for Carolina football. So I was like, all right, I'm up for it.
Big would definitely be the word because it drew so much attention immediately, more attention than the Tar Heels have been getting for anything recently because basketball had been so poor.
Yeah.
Wait, Cam, why do you always laugh whenever I talk about the basketball team being bad? Why do you think that's so funny that the basketball team is bad?
Because I know how irate that makes you, and it's just
Dude, I'm trying to be cool about it this whole time, trying to have a quality interview with my cousin here about serious things that are related to the importance of the podcast. And here you are trying to get me started about the Tar Heels. I'm calm this whole time. Go ahead. Ask. We know Tar Heels ain't winning the championship this year, so
No.
Who- I my bad. I just had an aneurysm, I guess. That was the most silent I've been on any of our podcast episodes for the longest amount of time. So that's that. Anyways, Davis, who do you think's gonna pull out the championship in March Madness this year?
I mean, it's really tough, honestly. Just all these 4 teams have been dominant. Alabama, Duke, Auburn. You got Houston. He's in there. Texas, Tennessee's in the mix. So you never know. Like March Madness it's basically what it is. You don't know who's gonna be on top, and so it's all on Ever for. But if I had to choose, I'll have to go on a hard pick and go with Houston. I know how big of a team they are.
God,
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Duke for a second. I
Oh,
was about to
eyes
cry.
I mean, I
Guys,
think Duke. I think Duke. I definitely think Duke will meet the Final Four, but I just don't know. It's
They're very young.
he's very young. Cooper
Very
Flag
young.
is like I said, he's a dominant force of the team.
Come on to Charlotte.
I think if Duke doesn't mess up in the early rounds and wins out, makes it down there, they win. I don't think, like I was saying, if Duke doesn't lose in the early rounds of March Madness, Duke takes it all. I don't care what you say. I know you hate Duke. I see your UNC lamp in the background, but
Oh,
it's
man.
it's more than likely what will happen if Duke doesn't lose early.
Dude, they're a great team. They're a young team. They'll make it
Yeah.
to the Final Four. They're not winning it all. Whatever. That's all I got to say about that. On to, I can't. Davis,
What do you think?
talk to me about.
What do you think about what I just said, Davis? Do you think that Duke could potentially pull it out and win it all?
I think they go to Final Four, but I don't think they can win the whole thing.
You don't think they pull it out?
I don't think they do. Honestly, I definitely think those. I definitely think Auburn, Alabama, and Duke, and
Auburn
maybe Houston or whoever it is.
is
They're
a
the
team
Final
of
Four.
grown men. Auburn's an old basketball team. They're all like super seniors. fifth
Yeah.
year. They're all experienced. It's gonna be men amongst boys. It's not gonna be about talent at the end of the day. I think Auburn wins the national championship. That'll be my pick right there. We got Houston, we got them, and then we got Auburn. So, Davis, what are your thoughts on? We're gonna switch it up here for a second because I got to talk to you about this. I need to know your thoughts on this past Georgia football season.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, there was the two national championships in a row.
Yep.
Then we get snubbed out of the college football playoff when we wreck Florida State. And then we get to 12 teams. We lose to Bama in the regular season. No Nick Saban.
Yep.
Lose to Ole Miss. That was rough.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was rough. That was real
Real
rough.
rough.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was.
How do you and then win the SEC championship? Beat Texas twice,
Twice, yeah.
who ended up going like they were the furthest people in the college football playoff.
Yeah, they were
the
they
SEC.
were up there for a shot to win it all, but
How do you feel about the season? Was it a disappointment?
I don't see it as a disappointment. I definitely think that Gunnar Stockton will carry the. He will help what is left on the team. Like he will, what Carson Beck did with Georgia. Now he's in Miami now, but I definitely think Stockton will. I think he'll carry the team. But
I like Gunnar.
I like Gunnar a lot. He's got a great arm.
He's got a great arm, great name.
Yeah.
And he's got deep Georgia ties because he dates Vince Dooley's granddaughter.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
was
Fun
saying,
fact of the day.
the one thing I will say about Gunnar Stockton and Georgia football, because not my team. I mean, I follow Georgia solely because of eyes. The way he can throw the ball and run the ball is kind of like a Trevor Lawrence type player.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's a very powerful runner when he runs, and he can launch the ball.
Yeah.
You can.
Plus, I definitely think we'll have a good running back unit. We got Nate Frazier.
Frazier's dirty, dude. I will say one thing. Again, cool for Georgia, especially when they're not playing Clemson, because as of lately, Clemson hasn't been doing the best. But watching him run the ball, I was like, dude, that's not even fair. He's nasty.
Yeah.
But who were you saying we had other than him?
Oh yeah, Branson Robinson and Roger Robinson. One of them was out for almost the whole year. But
so yeah, they'll have a bounce. They'll have them looking for bounce back too. I know. I've been waiting for Branson Robinson. That dude is built like a absolute tank.
I know, it's crazy.
Like he is absolutely unreal. So that's exciting. I totally feel you on that.
Yeah.
But then we got to switch it back to basketball. Cam wanted to know
NBA Finals, NBA playoffs. Who do we think is making the playoffs? Who do we think is going to the finals? Who do we think wins the finals?
That's a lot right there. Things are heating up.
That's another tough one. Like, I mean, I definitely think the Cavaliers will probably be making their run. They got a great team with Donovan Mitchell and Garland and Mobley and Allen. I think they got a great squad. They can
Darius Garland.
Yeah, they've been on a roll too, dude.
They just actually clinched. They actually clinched. They're the first team to clinch a playoff berth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
not bad.
Uh,
But I got a sleeper on the Timberwolves. They got a great team with Anthony Edwards and McDaniels. He can be good when he's good.
Yes, he can be very good when he's good. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Anybody that has watched the podcast or listened to it knows that I love Anthony Edwards, probably my favorite player in the league right now. So I would love to see that happen. Personally, I think the Thunder could pull it out.
Yeah, I definitely think the Western Conference Finals will be between the Temples and the Thunder.
That'd be a good series. I'd like
Yeah,
to see
that'd
that
be a great
series.
series.
That would be a great series right there, dude.
Yeah, that
And
would.
for the,
And then we got what, the Cavs and
with the Eastern
Celtics,
Conference, I would have the Cavaliers and the Celtics.
and that would be absolute money to see too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be great. And I mean,
That right there, that Cavs Celtics right
that'll
there.
be, that'll be a
Whoever
decent.
wins that wins it all.
yeah.
No matter what,
No, false, because the Thunder are winning it all.
no matter no matter what, I think the
Shea
finals.
Gilgeous, he's been on a tank in a way.
SGA is on it.
SGA is
Here
nasty.
he is. He's a bucket getter, a true bucket getter.
Yeah, definitely.
He's the definition of a hooper. He is a true hooper. He will go out and get the bucket at any point in the game. He can
Shifty.
he can be put in at the start of the game. He can be put in at the end of the quarter
Mhm.
to save some points, and he will go out there and do it. He's what you want in a hooper.
Yeah, after watching the little series to gold, rally to gold, or whatever it's called on Netflix.
Yeah, that's a good series.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. I want to watch
Oh
it.
gosh, it's so good. Must see. But with that on that SGA, like they're met after if you watch it, you're gonna know how much it hurt for them not to medal those Canadians because that was a good national team. They had Dylan Brooks, who Cam can't stand, but
Yeah,
Don't like
yeah, good.
he's my Draymond.
No, Draymond is my Draymond.
I know that, but Dylan Brooks is my Draymond. I saw his face on the TV, and I texted you immediately and said his face.
Yeah, you did. You did send me he did send me a text while he was watching it. He was disgusted about Dylan Brooks, and he's on there. Nick Batum is on there a lot, and that disgusts me as a Charlotte Hornets
Oh,
fan
yeah.
because the fact that we paid that man $29-30 million a year to sit on the bench the entire time of his contract sickens me to this day.
With all that being said, Davis's birthday is coming up. This podcast will probably already be out by the time it's your birthday. But a quick happy birthday from the Y Stuff.
Yes, dude.
Podcast.
Happy birthday, cuz.
Thank you.
Getting old on me, dude.
I know.
And we spoke about the Masters a little bit and how much you have been to the Masters. Eyes has obviously been to the Masters a lot as well. So when that time comes, if you're down, we'll probably bring you back on for a Masters episode.
Sounds good. Sounds
Most
good.
definitely. That'll be special stuff right there. I
Definitely.
guarantee you that'll be must see podcasts, TV.
Yeah, I would love to share my memories and all that.
Yeah, we could do a full just one episode or two episodes where we're just talking Masters.
Yeah.
Y'all can go through some memories. I can talk about my one experience. Some good
Which
stuff.
has some and your one experience has some core memories for myself like that I will share on your behalf because I was with you, So
Yeah.
don't just think, one time is more than a lot of people can say, Cam. So even though you're on here with two people who have been multiple times, you're one time, dude. That's still something special, man. So
But with that being said, is there anything else you'd like to speak on real quick before you head out?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for this podcast.
Of course, thank you for joining us. And
yeah,
again,
we appreciate you being our first guest.
Yeah, I
we'll
appreciate it.
definitely
Thank
have
you.
you back. Great talk
Yeah, it's great talking to you guys.
so far. We just have a few more things to talk about, so we're gonna move on to that. We'll see you next time, Davis.
See you guys.
And with that being said, eyes, you know what time it is.
Dude.
Time for one of our favorite segments of the podcast, Eyes' therapy session. Let's hear what you got.
Dude, I'm sick and tired of being a Charlotte Hornets fan. If I had the money, I would burn this hat because that's how much I hate the Hornets right now. They make me so mad, dude. I've been watching them fail for so long. the Panthers had their little run with Cam Newton, and they had their little run with Jake Delhomme, Steve Smith, all them. They made it to the Super Bowl. The city of Charlotte had their moments with the Panthers. The Hornets, they have not had moments with since I was 0 years old. Okay, I was still in the womb when the Hornets were balling. And now they're terrible. They're so bad. They have just gotten worse, dude. It's not like they've always missed whenever it comes to a pick. They just miss. LaMelo, was he like, oh yeah, he's good, but dude, he never plays. Is he a real winner? Like I don't know. People are talking about him being on the trade block upcoming just because anybody can be traded now that Luka was traded.
Yeah.
So LaMelo. So watch him. We'll probably trade him for a second round pick and a G leaguer. And I'm about sick of it, dude. Like, and they don't play with any type of hustle. Like, they want to win, dude. They don't care. Could you fail and show that you're being trash and tanking any easier than losing 3 games by a record amount of points ever? It was 140, 130 something points that they lost by in 3 games, Cam.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's an average of 40 something a game almost, dude. Or it is. It's disgusting. And now we're so bad, and the Wizards are so bad, and the Pelicans are so bad that all of a sudden Cooper Flag, there's discussion. There's discussion that he should stay in school because he gets paid already so much in school from NIL. Don't come out because you don't want to go to those 3 teams because they're all terrible. Boogie Cousins said it on a podcast earlier today or yesterday, talking about he needs to stay unless he goes to the Utah Jazz, which would be the other terrible team in the NBA. But guess what? I'm talking about records, Cam. Don't get butthurt because you live there. Guess what? Here's what I got to say about all that. If you're the best player and you're generational talent like Cooper Flag, if the team sucks so bad, then guess what? Yeah, you're supposed to go to them. That's how it works, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
in the NFL, they don't get a choice. In the NFL, they don't get a choice. You think Trevor Lawrence had a choice to go to Jacksonville? No. He went
He's
there.
actually done some good stuff with the Jags, too.
Yeah, except for last year.
Yeah, last year
that's
great.
besides the point. He has turned things around, and he's gave them a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure.
Bryce Young, despite the rough start and the rough things that I may have said about the Panthers at the beginning of this early stages of this podcast, Bryce Young gives me, a Panthers fan, hope. But guess what? I have no hope with the Charlotte Hornets right now unless I have Brandon Miller, who got injured and out for the season. Just another thing that happens to the Hornets. Don't get me started on Mark Williams and his trade and his not trade. So, if I had another hat to put on because my hair just looks so bad, I'll throw this thing. I'm so mad. But I'm done. I'm done talking about the Hornets. Cooper Flag, get your butt up and play some basketball.
If I'll make you a deal, okay?
You're already in North Carolina.
If Cooper Flag gets drafted by the Hornets, stays with the Hornets for more than 1 season, I will personally buy you a Cooper Flag jersey.
Okay. It may have to be a different one than what I already have. But that's the deal. We'll have to make a deal back.
And look, if he gets traded first, before like the start of season 2, you got to buy me an Edwards jersey.
Okay, deal. Yeah, that's virtually done. Okay. Very nice.
People look to what would that be? 2026.
Yeah, we'll look to that, but
look this at that point in time, and if I have the Edwards jersey, we know who was right.
Yeah, you'll probably have one by then. We'll get you a few. Cohen Carr, like to see him shine. Michigan State, they're probably gonna be a 2 seed in the tourney. We'd like to see that. Bama, Auburn, yeah, shout out. Yeah, the women's SEC tournament's here this week, so that's pretty big. Yeah, you got last year was absolute cinema with that guy running out. And Flau'jae Johnson's brother running out. Look at that one, crazy. Even my girl remembers that. So we got Bama, Auburn, Saturday. That's huge. And
that'll be
we're not talking football. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
We're talking basketball. They're elite.
They're both really.
So, and then of course, like we've been talking all podcast, we have UNC playing a very, very big game against a very, very good team.
Are you gonna see
And
who they're playing? Are you not gonna name them?
they're playing Duke, dude. We said their name enough today. And the NBA is not. I mean, Duke's a great team. All jokes aside, Duke's a great team. They're probably gonna have a real chance at winning the title if they don't mess up in the early stages, like you said.
Yeah,
I
Duke.
will be scared once I see them. If I see their name come into play in the Final Four, I will be scared that you could possibly be right. But until then, no. And then I'm happy to see the NBA intensity picking up.
Yeah,
it was starting to, after the
Hooping
All-Star.
the whole sport of basketball right now is at its peak time.
It's starting to trend. Yeah,
getting close to NBA playoff time. It's just that time of year in basketball where everything's picking up.
It is. So that's good to see. So I mean, that's about it, man. That's good stuff. It was good to have Davis on the show. Got our first guest, so we appreciate that, and got to catch us next time. We had a good conversation about how we're about to really start picking things up. So
we have some stuff in the books that I haven't even got to really speak to Isaac about yet that are possibly coming up. Some good stuff, some really good stuff.
Dropping this at the end of the pod. Wow, crazy, cool.
Some really good stuff that's in the works. Been talking to some good people, connecting with some good people that may possibly be down to do a joint episode with us. So we'll see about how that goes.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing y'all next time. Do all the social media stuff, like, comment, subscribe, share, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok.
I don't know. I don't even know what it's all of them.
We'll see y'all next time. Why stop now? Peace out.